Hello, Coach. God bless you, Ma. This is Kemi. So I have a lot of testimonies to share with you. Where do I even start from? But I just want to say that the Lord bless you. God increase you. God will continue to cause His face to shine upon you. I'm praying from the bottom of my heart that God will bless you beyond your imagination in the name of Jesus. Where do I start from? As if with the encounter with you last year, like it was like everything began to take a new shape in my life and everything. Okay, so let me talk about my son first. Remember my son that I told you that was having issues with screen autism? Yes. And we had a session at school where we had to place him on a special program. So it's called IEP here. So my son was placed on IEP. And that was also to help him. So with all of the lessons I learned in TIP, learning style and all of that, I began to implement. So one of the things I told the teachers on the group that we had formed for him was I was also going to be part of this team, and I was also going to be accountable for the things that they would be expecting me to do. So it was like I was always going a step further than them. So they would come up with a plan, and then I was like, okay, we've already started doing something like this at home and all of that. Okay, so when we started the IEP plan, it's a lot, Coach. I'm just so excited. When we started the IEP plan, the goal was they were going to schedule, we had a plan for like 1 year. And the plan was if after 1 year, that's 2025, then they would move on to the next thing. It is well. I remember we met you last year in June. At that time, we're still in that process. Fast forward to the new school year in August. By the third week in the new school year, they had taken my son off the speech program. That was a great improvement. In fact, the teachers were like, what did I do? I didn't do anything differently. I just made the most of the summer vacation. I started implementing some of the things I learned. We continued, Coach. At first, it was a struggle. He was struggling with academics again and the first few weeks of school. But I stayed on. I wasn't pushing him. I wasn't pressuring him. Because remember, this is my son that was having issues with attention deficit. He had attention deficit and everything. So I was just patiently and calmly. At times, he would even get the last of my nerves. But I was like, patience is the name of the game. I think by the second 9 weeks, everything transformed. Everything. This was even before the end of 2024. So the set goal was supposed to end in 2025 by February. So by November 2024, my son had begun to ace his classes. His grades just skyrocketed. My son brought the first 9 weeks result home. He came home with an A-B honor roll. I said, no, this is not true. This is not true. Okay. I said, okay, let's see. It might be fluke. Maybe they pushed him. Second 9 weeks. He came with an A-B honor roll. I was like, this was the boy that was struggling, that all of his grades, sometimes he would not even score anything in any test. I said, hey, wow, Coach. By the third 9 weeks, my son was sitting steadily in the A honor roll. Now, what is the catch here? Before now, because of his attention deficit, I had to sit him down. I had to sit with him to do his homework. Now, my son will come home, bring his homework home, sit down, read the comprehension passage, comprehend the story by himself, answer the questions. He would bring his homework and said, Mom, I'm done. And then I check it. I was like, oh my God, he did it. He got the answers right. Hey, at first I thought they were pushing him at school or trying to just like encourage him. Hey, coach, it is well. So one of these days they had a program at school. So I went to school. In fact, even his teachers, we had a behavior chart for him for the set year that we set the goal for. At first it was a struggle, but now my son is acing all. In fact, the teacher will color the behavior chart and like awesome. So they've even stopped writing complimentary words for him because it's like he's absolutely doing well now. So I went to his school one of these days and his principal saw me and said, and he had to literally walk up to me where I was because I didn't even see him. So he walked up to me and he's like, I just wanted to come say thank you. I'm like, okay, thank you for what, sir? And he was like, your son is so amazing. He has improved in every way. That is even doing well than some kids in that class. I just stood right there, coach, and I was like, where your humility, Agbada, just wait. Wait. But it was that proud moment for me. And I was like, wow. We had only just crossed the 1 year and we had surpassed our goal. We exceeded the goal 100% times over. I said, wow. Now my son, he wants to play on the screen just with his age, but we are able to talk through situations, his emotions. Now he can express himself. He can tell you, this is what I'm going through. I don't know how else to say it. This is beyond it's beyond a testimony. It is a transformation, a transformational testimony that if you just put the work to it. I remember when I shared my testimony and I had a session with you, one of the things I told you was I had to cut down. I had to step back from work like, I need to face my children now because at this age, they need me more than anything. And do I regret? No, I'm not regretted. Now, let me switch over to some of the other things that TIP has even helped me. My oldest son is going to turn 15. And so while he was about to get into high school, he said, okay, I wanted to do this. I said, okay, you know what, I'm going to let you decide. However, we're going to work together. So we decided, and then he got into high school. And then 2 weeks into high school, Mom, I don't like this school. I said, no, sir, we already agreed on this and we're going to stay with it. So I continued to guide him and like, okay, let's do it this way. But at first it was like really, really defiant. It was like, no, I don't want to do it. I want to change my school. Mommy, you need to go to the counter. I said, sir, we're not doing anything. We are staying in this school. So he had a project at school. And one of the things he said is, this is one of the reasons I don't like this school. Everybody's doing this. I said, sir, we're going to stay. We're going to stay. We're going to pull this thing together. We're going to build the skills to walk through this. He had team members on the project, and one interesting thing happened. There were 3, and 2 of the team members fought themselves, and they got suspended at school. So it was just my son that was left to do the project. And this project is an IT project, and this project was going to determine if he was going to stay in that school. And so at first it was already like, no, I cannot do it because I know I'm going to fail. So one of the things I've learned, even in parenting from TIP, is calm through the storm. And so one of those days he was like, Mommy, I don't think I can do this again. I want to back up. I said, no, we're not backing out, sir. We're going to stay on this. And we did. Just recently, they had to do the project presentation. So I went to school. I went to see his projects. It was like they coded an app and all of that. So I did everything I needed to do. And so we went back to where they were going to present awards to the winners. seriously, I didn't even know what was going to happen. So I was just there just to encourage him. And then of the 11 teams they had, my son's team, the incomplete team, came second place. And it was just 2 teams they had to call out as outstanding. So my son's team came second place, and then the other team won. And he came to me and he said, Mom, if I had given up, we wouldn't have gone this far. I said yes. And he said something, said, thank you, Mommy, for encouraging me. And I was like, okay, another proud mom moment there. I said, okay. This is it. Coach, you don't know what you're doing. Some of us can't even say everything that is going on. Some of us cannot share it. Some of us cannot share it because it's a lot. We will not finish talking. But can I say this, Coach? God bless you. God bless you, ma. The Lord will continue to increase you. You've not seen anything yet, though, Coach. You've not. So much more awaits. Let me just drop here, ma. I don't even want to enter Masterpiece. So let me not enter Masterpiece mentorship at all, because going into that one is another session on its own. But, Coach, thank you. Thank you. Through TIP, through Masterpiece Mentorship, I've been able to author my book. I've been able to start my own mentoring program for teenagers, even here in the USA. Coach, what else do I need that I have not found in TIP, in Masterpiece? You are setting the pace for us, and we are following you doggedly. If you turn to the right, we are there. If you turn to the left, we are behind you. Everywhere you go, we are there. Anywhere you enter, we enter, Coach. That's my slogan. Anywhere you enter, ma, I enter. I'm there waiting for you, even before you get there. Thank you so much, ma. I hope this stirs up joy again inside of you to know that you're really impacting us. Thank you, ma. God bless you.